Hello. So we're in combat training to talk about the Titan fusion abilities. The other day I did a video about the best primal fusion abilities, and I want to do the same one for an elemental fusion abilities. And with the elemental fusion, there's pretty much like two types of abilities. You have passive abilities like Last Flash, Ice Age, and Wrath of the Depths. Then you also have the lesser totem abilities, which are Flame Dance, which is a lesser fire totem ability, Depths Whisper, which is a lesser water totem ability, and Murmur the Crags, or lesser grass totem ability. So these are both kind of function differently. Like if you put any of the passives, it doesn't really matter which totem you place it on because they're just pretty much active always, regardless of where you place it if you're using two totems. But if you're using one of these lesser elemental ones, they will only activate when your totem activates. So if you're using like say a 3+2 team, like you're using like say 2 dark titans, 3 grass titans, it's very important to put this on your main totem to get the most value out of it. So you have to keep that in mind, and because I generally kind of rank these ones a bit lower than the passive ones, so we'll talk about it. But so let's start with the one I rank the bottom, and that is Flame Dance. It's not that Flame Dance necessarily bad, but the only thing it really does is damage. And if you want damage, like it's okay. It does okay damage. It can be good versus like say a grass totem or something if you're trying to push through damage. But if you're fighting grass, you're probably using fire already, and doing more fire, I've just been tested. It's been kind of unimpressive. There are places where this is fine. Like you just have to definitely test with it. But I do think it offers less value than the other abilities. So I'm ranking this one last. The next one I'm gonna rank is the Murmur of the Crags. Like this one's okay. It does have the Earth Totem ability. Like this one, the best to get the most value out of this one though is on the attack. And if you're timing it to block stuns, if you know how to block it, the timing is actually a bit different than the main totem because it's a bit delayed. Like if you're using this, like if you're trying to use this like on water totem stun, it's not going to be the same time as you would with an earth totem. Plus this shield is going to be a lot weaker, disappear a lot faster than earth totem shield, but you can use it to block a stun if you have a good timing. But I've been kind of unimpressed with this in my testing, like, which is kind of sad because the earth totem is actually pretty good, but Murmur the Crags even rank 5. It's just not, I don't think it's powerful enough to be reliable. I mean, you can block a stun, but your timing has to be pretty good. And on defense, it's very, very unimpressive on defense. And then we have the Depths Whisper, which this is like the water tome ability. It adds some healing, but also does damage. So it's kind of like does two different things. I mean, this does damage too, but I feel like the Depths Whisper has more utilities because it gives healing, but this also, if you are, this can be used in dungeons to give your titans more staying power. Like one of the things about dungeons that water totem has always been the best because you get healing. You can put this on like some of your like other totems if you just want to have more dungeon crawling. Even like a titan you don't normally use. Like if let's say you never use your fire titans PvP. But, but you could maybe just put this on your fire titan so they can have more survivability in the dungeon so you can get further than the dungeon easier. Try to farm more titanite, try to farm more titan souls, trying to farm more, titan potions or whatever if you're trying to use the dungeon for that, or gold even. This could be an option there. I do think this has versatility in that mode. And I do think, just like that, it just gives you a bit more staying power. This is good on defense. This is good at like tearing down like a grass totem. The flame dance is good at that too, but the water, like I said, has more. It's not just pure damage. It's not just damage. Like flame dance, the only thing flame dance does is damage why I rank it lower. Whereas I feel like this has the most utility of these. But I do think, yes, overall, the lesser totem skills are worse than the passives. And so that's why I rank them all below the passives. So next on our list is the passives. So we're going to the passives, which I think of the passives you should probably consider over the lesser. And the one I'm going to rank the bottom is Wrath of the Depths. It's not like the end that Wrath of the Depths is bad, but it's only once per combat. It is a at level 5, at rank 5, it is a 3-second stun. Like I said, the first time when your Titans dies, they just fly up in the air and turn into like a stone meteor thing that just hits the enemy team. Does a bit of AE damage, not a lot of damage, but it does stun them for 3 seconds. But it's important to keep in mind that at level 1, this is just a rank 1. This is just a 1-second stun, which makes it strictly inferior to Ice Age at rank 1. Like we can go to, I'll even go show you here. Let's go to Titan Valley. So if we go to like a fusion skill here, so level 1. This is only a 1-second stun. Ice Age is also a 1-second stun. So level 1, this is quite literally strictly inferior to Ice Age. At level 5, it's a lot more interesting, but it's hard to recommend this as it's hard to rank this higher just because Ice Age is a thing. We'll talk about Ice Age, but that is the one I'm ranking here. We'd actually just need to go to combat training. La, 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 la. So that's what I'd rank as the third best one. And then at number 2, I have Last Flash. Last Flash, this is only once per combat, but what it does is like when the Titan should die, it goes into a state of Burning Rage instead. So it's pretty much like an auto res. And its speed, it gets a haste. Why it gets like a 15% extra attack speed. And their power increases and it becomes invulnerable to all effects. So pretty much they get revived, but then they can't die for the duration of this. At level 5, this is 17, rank 5 at 17 seconds, which is a lot of time in a Titan battle. At rank 1, I think it's only 5 seconds. Not that good at rank 1, but at higher ranks, that ability becomes ridiculous. Like, interesting, that ability can be ridiculous. I think it's just 5 seconds. Yeah, just 5 seconds at level 1, and I think it adds like 3 per rank. So it's like 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, I believe is how it goes. Like, you know, even rank 2 is pretty good. 8 seconds is actually not bad. 5 seconds is kind of meh, but 8 seconds isn't bad, and then 11, 14 are all good, and 17 is like forever in Titan battles. That is a long time. Like let's say, especially if like you have like if you're tank Titan, like Angus gets to do more AE damage. Moloch gets to put down more stuns, right? And that 17 seconds, that's a long time to be able to have your Titan just survive. Yeah, that one's actually super good. The only, like I said, but it is once per combat. So last, actually, let's do a fight here with this one here just to kind of show, like, because this one I think is better to show. Like, I didn't really feel like I didn't do any fights with the other ones with because like the grass titans or whatever. Actually, let's do Primal Zill. I do think Triple Cycle's probably better, but we'll do Call the Elements just to kind of show that synergy. And why we're at it, we'll put in Wrath of the Depths so we can show that. I mean, you guys know what the main 3 totem abilities do. I don't feel I need to show that off. So... Alright, no, they have Wrath of the Depths too. See this? They just had the meteor just hit us. We're stunned for 3 seconds. That's actually pretty good. So... Oh, did Angus actually died? He died and revived. So that's why he has this aura thing around him. So that is the one ability, the Last Flash. So he is still doing damage here. He just got another AE. This is extra AE damage. Before he like expired at the end of the battle because he was already technically dead. But look at that extra. He got to be doing all that extra damage. Look at that. That's a lot of extra damage from Last Flash. And again, it has that natural synergy with Call the Elements. So those two abilities together are really good. Someone asked me why I rank Call the Elements. They felt like the healing ability, the primal, the ancient, the one, what is it called? This ability here, Pulse the Ancient. They felt that one was better than Call the Elements. I'm like, it's just healing. Healing's good and all, but I feel like this one has more upside because you can pair it with abilities like Last Flash, just do lots of damage. So that's why I paired it. Also has natural synergy like Earth Totem and the Light Totem. So yeah, so that's Last Flash. And that leaves Ice Age is the final one, which I do rank is the best one. So what this does is every time the enemy team activates Totem, they are frozen for 1 second. It's a stun ability. It's just a 1 second AE stun. But they also take extra damage for 13 seconds at level 5. So pretty much double damage. 110% extra damage. So it's like a little over double damage for 13 seconds. That's a long time. But the thing is, with if they're using 2 totems, you get to activate this every time they activate totems. So this can activate multiple times in a fight. And this can add up to a lot of extra value here. And let's see. This time we're going to do Triple Cycle. We could double up on the stuns, but this is why I've like said, right, especially level 1, Ice Age is always a 1-second stun even at level 1. Wrath of Depths is also a 1-second stun at rank 1. So at rank 1, this is strictly superior to Wrath of Depths. At rank 5, Wrath of Depths is a bit more interesting because it's a 3-second stun, but it's still once per combat, where Ice Age can activate multiple times per combat. So I think Ice is just way better. So we have Ice Age on that one. For this one, we have, like, I think we'll just stick with Last Flash. And again, we could, like, the triple cycle, I think, is probably the best one. Though, let's just go with this. This is pretty good, too. We'll stick with triple cycle in this fight. We're trying to show off the Ice Age, and I'll show you, this is just a good, we'll show you, because they have 2 totems to activate, right? So every time they activate a totem, oh, my tracking on my wrist getting weird. But, yeah, every time they try to activate totem, the Ice Age should trigger. Right, so watch. Ice Age, they just all AE stun, but now for like the next 13 seconds, they are gonna take like pretty much double damage for the next 13 seconds. Okay, there you go. Light Totem. They got stunned again. And the debuff refresh. So they get that 13 more seconds, right? They actually see the debuff shown twice. I don't think the debuff stacks. It's kind of like the stun where it has shows where it stacks all the icons on the stuns. Just to show that there's more than one. So now it's that one's fully expired. But we got the stun them twice. Got the debuff applied twice. So it just keeps that debuff up. So you're getting to multiple stuns in a fight, and that debuff is pretty much becomes a permanent debuff against 2 totem teams. So Ice Age is probably actually broken. Like Ice Age, even at rank 1, Ice Age is ridiculous just because, again, it's a stun that happens multiple times per fight. But yeah, so if you go to look at the rank 1 here, I was right here. I was right in the place the first time, but yeah, even at rank 1, it's still 1-second stun. The fragility is 5 seconds, so it only goes up like 2 seconds of rank, so it's 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. And the damage increase is not particularly huge difference, so goes from 93% to 110% with the wait, no, this is on a. Oh, this is on a... I should probably check how you're... This is actually... Yeah, no, it actually... Apparently, it's not even... Yeah, it's said, so it's actually just changes the fragility duration. Doesn't even affect the power. Power is based on your totem, so... Yeah, it doesn't even affect the thing, so it just affects the fragility duration. So 5 seconds isn't too long, but it's actually still... You will still get some advantage out of it, but it's always a 1-second stun, so... this is good even at level 1. This is a super good skill. Easily the best elemental fusion. Like, honestly, this skill's kind of OP. Just because you're gonna stun them probably multiple times a fight. Especially if they're using 2 totems. You're gonna get multiple stuns in. So this skill is just super good. And again, you'll get that extra damage. Yeah, not too much more to say on this one. If you want to see my first video where I talk about the primal fusion skills and not just the elemental ones, you can find it down below. As always, thank you for watching.